Is it going to be a different link than what people have already clicked on?
The link I shared with you, I have no idea. But we're live.
We are live.
Let me see what's going on.
Excuse me. Oh, goodness. I think Fishy Biz is live too tonight, but that's at 10 o'clock. Okay.
Well, it's under the wrong thumbnail. Okay, so I can get a shareable link and share that with you. Probably need to update that. All right, that's annoying. All right. You still there? Oh, you're muted. Okay.
Okay. There we go.
This has been fun so far, trying to figure this out.
That is all part of it.
All right, I realize we're live. We're just trying
this out. Oh, sorry. Hey, there's Lori. Hey, Lori. Monster Fish Gal.
Trying to get the link out to everyone. Since for some reason the last broadcast was deleted.
Hey, do you know how to make moderators? I was going to say Lori would be, of course, the best one to just go ahead and put her as a moderator. And there's Roxanne.
I can look in a second. I'm trying to get my...
Not that it means y'all have to work, guys. It's just, just to have y'all as moderators. Roxanne's another one. Just because we're learning and appreciate you being here.
We haven't done this in a while. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I know I might have accidentally deleted one of the YouTube streams, but I didn't. I thought I deleted the right one, and apparently I didn't. So my apologies. It's been since July. We haven't done this since July. So now we're like scrambling and trying to get all of our ducks in a row and all of our eggs in our basket. And so now I think I've got everything working. So hi guys, thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to familiarize myself with the controls. Mary has frozen, it looks like. Her internet connection, she said, was cutting in and out. So hopefully she'll be back in a second, but I've got the fish cam so you guys can see my 20-gallon aquarium right now. All right, well, thank you, Roxy. I'm glad you are enjoying the decor. I just put away the fall decorations today. And I'm started in the morning and then slowly got them all put away. I think there's just a tiny bit left. And now I can bring out the Christmas decorations. So that's what I've been doing today. Let me see if Mary's going to rejoin. Well, this has been a fun start. It's been a 10-minute delay. This is not quite how we intended the start of our stream to go. I hope you guys can hear me okay, though. Mary said she could hear me fine. Help, Mary says help. I was literally scrambling and running back and forth just like 2 minutes ago, trying to set everything back up again. So I'm a little frazzled. All right, so how are you guys doing tonight? I hope everyone's good. Thank you all for joining. Percussive. Percussive maintenance, yes. All right, well, we hope this goes well, and Mary will join us when she can, hopefully. We were going to just, hang out, in our fish rooms, try to give you guys some updates about what we've been doing and what's been going on, and then either give advice if anybody wants advice, or get advice, hopefully, if in case we need some, and then just have fun and just chat. So come on back, Mary, when you're ready. Come back. And I'm going to hunt around for a second with the controls. So here we go. There's a nice view of the aquarium. And I was thinking tonight, I was like, I probably should have put the camera on the 40-gallon, because the 20-gallon didn't get a water change today, and I water changed the 40-gallon, so it's probably cleaner looking to look at. So I was like looking at the glass and I'm going, oh, the glass needs cleaning on this 20-gallon, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It's still nice to look at. Well, hey, Science Gal, thanks for joining us. Mary, do you need the link again, or I sent that to you? Hopefully you should be able to just click on that again. Come back, Mary. This is the After Dark Live with Kass and Mary Paige. So I've got my holiday lights in the background, if you can see, and I can switch them around if I need to. I didn't really find a setting I liked other than this one, but I've got my Christmas tree. I can't turn it on the whole time though, because I couldn't find a little screwdriver to put the batteries in, so it's just the little push button. All right, send the link again. All right, I'll try. It's in Facebook, Mary. Go to your messenger. Hopefully you can just click that link again. I'll paste it one more time and see if that helps. There we go. I'm still trying to see how I make somebody a moderator. If anybody knows, tell me. Unfortunately, you learned this on the go. So there is no practice. There's no rehearsal. You're like having to do this live and learn live. Hey, Al. Hey, Glassbox Fox. How are you? Let's see if I hear Fishy is here. Welcome here, Fishy. Who else am I missing? Or who has joined us that I haven't said hi to? I think Kevin. I saw you on Father of Fish the other night showing off your Mud Skipper tank, and that was lovely. If you would like to come up and share your tank, you're welcome to. Let's see. How's it going, Mary? How are we doing? Mary. There's the link now. It's in the chat. And of course, I'm in top chat, not live chat. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. Sometimes I'll be in top chat by default, and talking. And people will say hi back. And then other times I feel completely invisible. So I don't know how Top Chat works. I want to let you come up. That's really weird. Are you clicking the link and it still won't let you come up? Well, the only other thing I could do is leave the studio and come back, but I don't want to do that because it was hectic to try to get everything set up. It's your internet. Okay, as long as it's not the link, hopefully it's just your internet and you can keep trying the link. Hey, Papa Shrimp, how are you doing? I feel better knowing it's not the link and it's not something on my end, because I can't control, I can control sharing a link, but I can't control the internet. Well, how are you guys doing tonight? So, Mary, join us when you can. Keep trying, and then I'll chat a little bit about some of the things I was planning on doing just in the fish room and around the house. So, it works different, but it takes more bandwidth to stream than it does to chat. I don't know. So they do recommend closing YouTube when you're joining StreamYard because of the bandwidth that it requires. Hey, Kev. So Kev's here.
It does work. Okay, good. Just making sure it works.
How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Awesome. Let me see if I can. Oh, Kevin's gone. I was just trying to put him on big screen, but then he left. Well, maybe he'll be back. All right, so as you can see behind me, I've got a new aquarium, and it's brand new, just out of the box. So nothing's been added. There's no water, but it's there on display so you guys can see what it's going to look like. Here's Mary. Nothing's been added.
Finally.
There's no water, but it's there
Let
on
me turn this
display.
down.
Missing you.
All right, now we got it. Hey, everyone.
Welcome back. Thanks for keeping.
I kept trying.
With the link, and thanks for not quitting. So
I saw Kevin up here. Hopefully he's going to come back.
Yeah, right when I clicked on him, I was trying. I don't know if I hit remove. I don't think I did, but I was trying to switch him to
come on back, Kevin.
Big screen. So.
Hello, Peplin and Al and Shelby and Lori and let's see who else. T-Bone, Terry, Papa Shrimp, Al Wet Socks. I think I said Al already.
Yep, but it's okay.
And Roxanne.
Thanks for joining us tonight, you guys. So we're just here to have fun and chat and give you guys some updates, seeing what, let you know what we've been up to. I know Mary and I have had like a kind of a rough go at it for the coming, the fall, October and November. I think September I was okay. August. I think October was a rough month, in November, just because that's right when I got sick for 3 weeks.
Just so glad to see you back, Kass. I really am. And I know the community is too. We love you and just glad you're here.
I've tried to come back, but then like when I'm ready, Mary has been sick. So we're like bouncing, what's that called? Like we're bouncing off of each other. I'm ready.
Yeah. We talk every day. And Roxanne and I talk every day. I talk to a lot of people every day, and it does. But we've been trying to get up together to do this, to come see everybody.
Yes, and I've gotten jealous a little bit sometimes because you're up with Roxy, and I'm like, wait a second. Why
We
isn't
are
she
the
up with
hot.
me?
You need to come up to the Hot Mess Express one time. You are part of. You could be part of the Hot Mess Express for sure.
I think I just, like I was telling you, I thought it was on Wednesday, and I'm not getting the notifications for it. So I've got to work that out and get that set up because I don't even know when it's happening. And I was like, are you guys Wednesday or Thursday? Because
We are on Thursday at 7 o'clock Eastern, and we have a really good time. Yes.
Thursday, and I'm like, well, I don't want to be like overwhelming you and wearing you out because I know
No, come on
with
up.
her. So I'm like, I don't want to go after her and us do it together after Rocky because that'll wear you out, you know.
No, you just come on up and visit with us anytime. We love you, Kass. Hey, Papa Shrimp, you're back. Let me tell y'all, Papa Shrimp's been trying to work with me for 2 days, trying to get something going so I can get some stuff from him. And he has great customer service, let me tell you. So I'm going to get it figured out, Papa Shrimp, I promise.
Awesome. What does Papa Shrimp have? I need to check him out. What does he have?
Oh, my gosh. He's got all kind of great stuff. He's been getting his website up and going. And let's see here. Oh, we don't have any moderators yet, but he's got a great website. He has all kind of shrimp and plants. I think he's like running low right now on plants and a few things because he's had a lot of orders going on. But he's got all kind of neocaridina, caridina shrimp, plants, just different supplies. And we've been trying to help him get going on his website. And he's just a great. Okay, yeah, Lori, we're trying to figure it out how to put you up. Put you up.
Do I have to be in YouTube to make her a Like, I don't think I can do it from StreamYard. So that's why I'm like, which window?
We're learning. Roxanne has figured it out pretty well. She's got it going on with the stream.
Okay,
so
I got it. Here we go.
You got it? All right.
There you go. You're now a mod.
Looky there. All right.
I was on with Alex last night in the chat and just saying hi to everybody and having a good time. And then, like, there was one moderator there. I won't mention their name. We love him. He's great. I don't think he's here tonight, but he's a great guy. But he doesn't drop links.
I know. I was going back and forth between Fatherfish and Alex and trying to drop links. So I hope I helped out in some way or another.
You were about an hour late, but it's okay. You know, we need links no matter what. But somebody, I think it was Mr. Gromby, he was like, where's the link to this guy's channel? You know, who he was interviewing. He was interviewing, who was it? Was it
Dan from Consolidated Fish Farms. Yes,
Dan,
he's
thank you. And
excellent.
I was like, okay, let me look. And I was like looking in just to see if Alex provided a link to his channel in the description of the video, but he didn't. He provided like a link to his podcast and then a link to the store.
The store.
So I copied and pasted. I went and looked for his channel. Okay, I had to leave the chat. I don't know how you do this, Lori, but I had to leave my window.
Lori is amazing.
On my mobile, my cell phone. So I had to close the window, go look up Dan, and because they gave the channel name. So I looked up the channel name. I'm like, okay, there it is. Copy, go back into Alex's stream, paste. And I'm like, wait a second, that's not a hyperlink. So I just made a comment like, forgive me if, you know, I can't paste links.
Thank you, Lori.
And then
we're learning with
Alex
each other.
Made me a mod because he saw the comment. I'm like, I didn't want to be made a mod, but you know. And then he goes, don't let it get to your head, Kass. And I'm like, okay. So
hey, that's how we learn, though. That is how we learn with each other. And see, I can't talk because I'm just an assistant on every live stream that we have going on. Hey, Terry. So you guys are the ones that know what you're doing. I'm just trying to learn. I'm a student.
We're both
How are you,
learning,
Terry?
But Mary knows more than I do.
I'm a mod on a couple different channels, and I am the absolute laziest mod on the planet.
I know.
I won't even ban people. You know, they could be saying something totally inappropriate, and I'll be like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I let it go to my head, and I was like, I gotta say hi to everybody. But I mean, mind you, I was just having a good time. I did feel pressured
Right.
a little bit, and I was like, okay, hi, and I was welcoming all the new people.
No,
And
I
then
want
he
to.
was like, turn it down, like chill. And I was like, okay.
So you guys watched that Father Fish stream last night?
Yes.
I'm not trying to nitpick. I love Father Fish to death. Okay, I like watching his streams because
We love you, Father Fish.
he always gives me
Right?
topics to talk about. But during that stream, somebody brought up a question about red-tailed sharks and what to do with an aggressive red-tailed shark. And Father Fish said, get 2 or 3 more. Do not do that, people. Just don't do it. I'm telling you right now, I've kept an awful lot of them, and their conspecific aggression is sky high. If you think the thing was aggressive to start with, put a second one in there.
T-bone.
It's going to make it worse.
Yeah, I haven't tried them.
Father Fish says, I love red-tailed sharks. Me too, Father Fish. They're awesome.
The thing with red-tailed sharks is they're only aggressive for part of the day. Then they get into like their chill mode, and their non-conspecific aggression is more of boredom. They chase other fish around, but they never really do any damage.
Well, that's good. Well, other than stressing them out, I have
Right.
Yeah, I mean they can stress a fish to death. I
Yeah.
get it. But
'Cause I have
if
a
you put
bluegill.
two to a tank, unless it's a really, really large tank with a lot of stuff going on, 9 times out of 10, it winds up in total disaster. Because they are very, very conspecific aggressive.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes, they do chase each other. You are
Well,
right.
You can see we have the peaceful aquariums up right now. But I have a
Thank you,
bluegill
guys.
in the 40, and I guess you could say he acts like that. He will just chase the black skirts out of the way whenever it's
Yeah.
like feeding time. He will dart at them, nip at them, and let them know like this is his territory. This is his food, and nobody better get in the way. So I know he's probably stressing out the black skirts. And then I had one person make a comment one time going, those black skirts, what kind of fish are those? And I told him, I'm like, they're black skirt tetras. He goes, I haven't seen a black skirt like that because they had lost their coloring. And I'm like, well, that's what they'll do when they're stressed out. They'll lose some of the black, and they won't look
Right.
But
thank you, Lori. Y'all hit the like. Lori got some archers today, and that is really cool.
Hey,
That's cool, Lori.
Cassie, are those Variatus or are they just Pilates?
I have a mix. So I have one that's a variegated one. And then I'm not sure what the name is on is it like a sunset one with the black tail? I think they're hiding because it's nighttime. So you're just seeing the babies right now on the one swimming right now with the black tail and this like sunset body. I don't know.
Your aquarium looks great, Cassie. It looks really nice. Look at all that growth.
And then I've got the Mickey. So if you see the Mickey one with the Mickey Mouse tail, that's the female, and the other one, if you could tell me the name, that'd be great. I don't know the name. I'll call them Sunset. So those are the 2 females, and the variegated one is the male. And the male likes the Mickey more than the other female, and will chase the other female away. And like anytime they come close, they'll kind of like, yeah, and then he'll be like, okay, no, I don't want you around. So I'm thinking he's only breeding with the Mickey Mouse one. And then the babies do resemble those 2 more than the other one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting.
Hey, Alice Shan.
just
Of course, I like the sunset one the most.
just a couple days ago, I picked up 2 trios of hyphen tuxedo variatus, which means they got
nice, Terry.
they got a dark that they're on their sides. They're almost black, but it's actually really a blue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
happy
I
with
like
them.
the orange ones a little more. I was at the store and I was just like, the orange one caught my eye. So I think I got, I don't know the order, which one I got first. I might have gotten back and got the Mickey later or the variegated one later. I don't remember. I might have gotten the 2 females and then went back and I was like, I like that variegated one. I'll get that one too. So, and that was before I even knew how to sex them.
Yeah.
The girl at the shop I bought them from didn't know how to sex them either.
They usually don't. The helpers don't usually know how to sex them. And so I'm like now a learned person. And I'm like, okay, I can tell you now which one's which. I know now what to look for. But yeah, you kind of don't know until you get them. And the owner would tell me. The owner would tell me who is who. So
thank you, Lori, for all you're doing.
So yeah, so I fished out 2 of the babies and put them in a little resurrection jar, trying to hope they'll
Resurrection
grow up.
jar. I love that name.
I love them.
Thanks to Father Fish, I've been calling it that from now on. So
The resurrection
jar. Okay, yep, that's what it is. It's pretty much resurrection jar.
We love them. Just awesome. Hey, Mr. Aquatic News.
A question on food though for the babies. What is the best food to feed to make sure they're growing up and they're like?
Honestly, baby brine shrimp. Hands down, 99.9% of every fish keeper will tell you baby brine shrimp.
Well, I didn't finish Alex's stream tonight. I was like making dinner, so I'm like, what's he saying? What's he saying about the baby brine shrimp? Probably something I've heard Father Fish say before, but I wasn't certain because I was making dinner. So I'm like,
the ultimate power food for fry, if they're big enough to eat it, is baby brine shrimp. That is
absolutely.
That is less than 8 hours post hatch.
Yeah.
See, that's my issue. I'm a lazy person, and I don't want to go through that process, hatching food every day.
Father Fish brought up golden pearls, which is
yes,
a powdered alternative to baby brine shrimp, and you can get it in several different sizes.
From what, Brine Shrimp Direct, I believe it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
They call it the GPD diet, GPD, which stands for Golden Pearl Diet. And you can pick what size you want. And the beauty of golden pearls, which I'm sure Father Fish will tell you, is it stays a lot more neutrally buoyant than some of the other powdered foods. It stays in the water column more, so the fish are more apt to eat it.
Okay. So
but you have to keep it in the fridge.
Is that a live food still?
It's not a live food. It's a processed food, but you still have to keep it in the refrigerator. It will spoil.
Right.
Very nice.
Hey, everyone, get that like.
Fish farmers are using them. So, yes.
They're a little on the pricey side, but they work. I mean,
right.
Where do you draw the line on, is the extra money a waste of time, or are my fry growing incredibly well?
Right. Because my thing is it looks almost like they're kind of getting a bent spine. So I'm like, maybe they're not getting the nutrition they need with what they're feeding or what they're eating. But they're eating just whatever in that little jar because it's been set up for a while.
Well,
I feed them a little bit and they come up and eat it.
There is infusoria. Infusoria is great for lazy people. You put a jar in the window, let it turn green, and stuff starts growing in it, and you feed them. That's
right.
It's like the perfect lazy food.
I haven't tried that yet. So, what do you do?
Peslin brings up.
Well, you want to put some organics in it.
Right.
There's tons of videos on it. There's different types of vegetables people like to use. Some people like to use broccoli. Some people like to use spinach. Some people like to use. Anyways, you put something in a jar to rot.
Right.
Put a little bit of tank water in it. Put it in a window so it'll turn bright green. You really want to get the microalgae going. The single cell type algae, and then all these little critters will just magically appear because they eat the microalgae, and the baby fish will eat those little critters. They even say that you can put your fry in green water, and especially really tiny fry,
Right.
and they'll just miraculously do well and grow up to where they can start taking actual prepared foods.
Good. Yes.
Yeah,
Let's see. Peplin always suggested. Peplin suggested also. What was it? The first bites curry. I can't never say it right.
All that is.
Yeah, first bites.
Yeah.
That's another good one.
That's the dust off of flake food.
Right.
And I mean, if you have no other alternative.
Thank you, Lori.
Believe it or not, like swordtail fry, platy fry, they're going to be large enough to go ahead and start eating it as long as they take a couple bites of it and then they recognize it as food.
Right.
It will work, but it's definitely nowhere near the best option out there.
Okay.
Right, but it is something to think. Yeah, another option.
Well, there was one video I was watching, and the guy was like, I don't know if it had like a vitamin K in it or something. And he was like, this is the food that I like to use because it will prevent that any abnormalities from forming when they're growing and, the crooked spine. And I was like,
you talk to any live bear breeder that's worth his salt and been doing it for quite a while. Every one of them will tell you the absolute power food is baby brain shrimp.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The difference is night and day.
Good stuff.
Good to know.
Yes, it is. Really is. Let's see. I was seeing if there was any questions. I don't think there are.
Yeah, I was trying to find, like, if you aren't going to do baby brine shrimp, what would be the next best alternative?
Believe it or not, another option that used to be talked about quite a bit in the old days when I first got into fish keeping, but you never hear anybody talk about it anymore, is egg yolk. Boiled,
oh yeah,
hard-boiled eggs. Mm-hmm. Take the yolks, and the hard-boiled egg yolk is actually a good fry food. They used to talk about it a lot in the 70s and early 80s, and then nobody talked about it anymore.
Well, we've got Kevin coming back on. So
hey, Kevin.
Here's Kevin. Hi, Kevin. How are you doing? Glad you could come back.
Hi, Kevin.
So when he's ready, I don't think he's quite ready.
Yeah, I was going to say you're muted, Kevin. Strain the egg yolk through a handkerchief and feed very sparingly. That was from Father Fish on how to feed the egg yolk.
Yeah, Father Fish is old enough to
right. He knows the old school ways.
He probably invented the egg yolk.
He probably did.
I remember seeing Lucas feeding not the yolk, but like if you do the hard-boiled egg and you get
the film. Yeah, the film out of the inside of the egg. Yep.
I don't know if he just that, and also the shell, I think, was for his shrimp, like just crushing up the shell. I was watching that today, actually. That's funny you mentioned that, Cassie, because I watched
LRBs. Yeah, I sure did. I watched that video today where he was crushing up the eggshells in the mortar and he was peeling out the membrane of the shell and dropping it down in his shrimp tank and his fry tanks. So that's another great thing to feed. Yep.
Did you see Father Fish's comment?
What did he say? He invented the chicken fish food.
Yeah.
Oh no. Came before the egg.
I heard him though. I thought I heard him clarify that he's not feeding chicken anymore. So
I think he just called himself old. That's what I think.
No. He's just a classic.
He did have a video out there feeding chicken to his fish. I tried that. It didn't work so well.
All right. Answer me this. How did beef heart become such a popular food source for Discus?
Good question. Because when I had Discus, I was working with a slaughterhouse near me, and I was getting beef heart and, making my own food back in the day. And I don't know where that came from. I just heard that was what you were supposed to feed Discus, and I did. So I was making my own food. But I don't know where exactly that came from. So good question, Terry.
Well, there was some guys sitting around with a lot of Discus and no food.
Right.
and he had a beef heart. And he's like, well, something's better
Let's
than
just feed it. Right. Hello, Paul C.
I'll be right back.
I don't know, but you can get beef hearts still, I think. Like if you go, I know my Petco will carry it and sells that with the bloodworms. There was beef heart. I forget what else.
Yeah. Peplin says his Discus didn't care for the beef heart. And then Father Fish says that the first choice was always liver, but it was messy. I believe that.
Yeah, I'll stay away from that stuff. I've been having trouble with food. So I don't know if you guys saw my most recent video I did, but I was explaining how my betta fish has got some eye cloud. I know they seem to be more sensitive to what you're feeding them. So I've kind of stopped.
Thanks, Levi.
I've stopped with the bloodworms. I've stopped with freeze-dried bloodworms, and now I'm just sticking to bug bites. I did try chicken. Everything would give them eye cloud, so I'm back to the bug bites. And
yeah,
unless it's like I mentioned live food, and I was talking about mosquito larvae when I said live food. Unless it's that, if I can get my hands on that, but that's hard. That's been hard for me to try to.
I would like to try the blackworm culture.
I can't get them. When I'm like trying to leave a little thing of water out there, they're not, I can't get it. And when I do it, like, I don't want them, like, there they are. So when I want the food, it's not there.
Let's see if anybody else has got a question here. I think everybody's just chatting and having a good time. Thank you guys for being here. Let's see how many likes we got. Oh, we got 11 watching and 11 likes. Thank you all.
Yeah. Well, hi, Levi's Aquatics. I think that's the first time I've seen you. Thanks for subscribing and welcome.
Did they just subscribed?
Yep. Everyone's welcome. Every new person and anyone we've, obviously who we know.
All right. I got a huge question or conundrum or name that sound.
Okay. What kind of sound is it going to be, Terry?
Okay, your choices are, am I playing Yahtzee?
Yahtzee.
Well, I figured die.
Is this ice cubes waiting for a shot of scotch? Or bloodworms waiting for tank water?
Bloodworms waiting for tank water.
You know me so well. I don't know. I thought somebody would have at least got scotch.
Well,
I was just excited about bloodworms.
No.
Oh yes, here, fishy. Our mosquitoes love my bird bath. That's a great place. Yes. Yes. Uh-oh, I'm echoing. What the heck?
Somebody turned on your YouTube.
It might be Kevin.
Oh,
'cause
Kevin?
Kevin has joined. Kevin might need to mute his YouTube.
Uh-oh.
I'd love to know where Kevin is tonight. He looks like he's out
On
and
the
about.
fish at all three.
Right, Father Fish. All three.
He's busting bloodworms while playing Yahtzee, drinking a shot of scotch on the rocks.
Right, and feeding bloodworms.
I'm muting Kevin for right now.
Okay.
Because it was
Kevin,
noisy.
try to get back up here, though. I don't know if y'all can see I always have to brag about my beautiful betta back here, but there's a beautiful super red, I don't know what color you call him, but there's a beautiful red betta in there that came from Kevin at Aquashella Dallas he sent me, and I love this guy. He's so pretty. And then all my Anubias in here came from Roxanne.
Good night.
Got some cool stuff.
I think
Excuse
Levi
me.
asked, I'm trying to find it, but I think he asked, what was my favorite fish? I lost the comment, but
Okay.
I know he asked that.
Do you
Somewhere.
honestly
Cassie?
have a
Where's your
favorite?
favorite fish?
Do you honestly have?
What is your favorite fish? Right.
I know I would definitely do more balloon mollies, like I mentioned in Alex's stream last night. I'm a fan of the balloon molly. And I know Dragon Lair was like, he likes the, he doesn't like that body because they were bred specifically to have that body, and it's like not natural.
I like them.
But I didn't know that when I first saw them. I just think they're cute.
I do too.
And that's one reason I've stayed away from live bears, because I don't find them particularly attractive. And then I saw the balloon molly and I was like, oh, I like that fish. I kind of like unusual fish. So
yeah.
I gravitate towards the oddballs, the unusual ones. So
Me too.
A glass catfish. I haven't gotten one, but I like them. I like black skirt tetras, of course. They're like very calm, mild, and relaxing. Unless it's food time, then they're like psh, psh, with each other, like psh, very territorial over food. They're a little bit semi-aggressive, not mean, but definitely like, get out of here. It's feeding time. This is my food.
Right.
Other than that, they're calm and they just kind of sit there and don't do much. But I think they're pretty. I like the way they look. I would definitely keep them and get more of them. I don't know. Mary was the one who talked to me into platies, and I'm like, I really wish I'd stuck with the mollies. I'm sorry, Mary.
I like the platies. I think they're a lot of fun. They're easy. They're great, like beginner's fish. They're great for everyone, but they can overtake an aquarium if you're not careful.
Besides the guppy, the guppy was one of the first, tropical fish, I guess, that kind of started a lot of it. But the Variatus platy was right up there. One of the first fish kept. I mean, you can keep them at room temperature. They don't need a heater.
Right.
They breed easily.
Well, I can see why, because that's my favorite one in there. They are really pretty.
They are.
Move the camera to show you the ones.
The Variatus are the prettiest. The
Mickey doesn't look striking, but every now and then you'll get a glimpse of a shimmer.
Yeah. Now mine are like I think you call them like a galaxy platy, and they have like that blue shimmer, but they look more like the Mickey Mouse type platy. But they're really pretty little fish.
The other two don't shimmer like that Mickey one does. But I don't know. MD got me. Between you and MD Fish Tanks, he had that tank of the sunset platies. And so I was like, oh, I've got to go get one of those. So I did. And I brought that one back. And then when I went to go get more, they weren't there anymore. So that's when I think I got the Mickey instead. That's
Yeah.
what it was. I think I ended up
Monkey.
just getting the Mickey.
All right, I'm going to show
Monkey
you
Rico.
guys.
Hey, Levi.
I'm going to show you guys just how peaceful Discus are.
Okay.
Hey, can you
know
make
how
them bigger,
peaceful they
Cassie?
really
Can you
are?
make Terry?
Oh yeah. Hang on. I'll try. Hang on.
Okay. We're learning, so we're just going to practice it all tonight. There you go. You did it. All right.
First time.
How beautiful.
There we go. Feeding the bloodworms.
Wow.
They're not as hungry today. Usually they wind up chasing each other away from the food.
Oh, your angels are really pretty, too. I always mean to tell you that when I see them.
That was the other thing I was going to talk about, Mary, was what my plans were going forward. But we didn't start the stream off the right way. Okay.
Well, we got a little sidetracked, but it's going
okay.
good. But
I was
what were you
gonna talk
planning on
about
doing?
The upcoming plans. You know, I was very indecisive about my 40-gallon. That's
Right.
empty. And I was like, really, really wanting to go saltwater, but very hesitant about going saltwater.
Because you've been
Just do it.
What's that, Terry?
Just do it.
Just do it, he said.
No. I think I'm gonna do angelfish. I don't think I want to do it because I'm afraid of killing them.
How hard is your water?
I just don't know enough. I need a beginner's guide. This is what you need to do. Here's all the steps.
Yeah.
And then I just want to follow that checklist. And that I don't have that checklist. So I'm just probably going to go with the angelfish.
All right,
you
you can take me off the full screen. That wasn't as dramatic as I thought.
It was still beautiful.
I've been working a lot of hours, and I kind of skipped a feeding yesterday. And oh man, did they go crazy when I fed them? Now they're like, whatever.
My fish go crazy for sure. Every time, no matter what. Even if it's morning and night, if I feed them twice a day, 3 times a day, they'll go crazy every single time. I'm like, am I just not feeding you enough food? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, the last time we had a stream, we were talking about you setting up your saltwater tank. And I'm like you, though. I plan on doing stuff like that. And then I just kind of not chicken out of it, but I'm just not quite prepared enough to do.
A fish only saltwater tank.
Yeah.
So like what they call a fowler tank, it's fish only with live rock.
Yeah. That was my plan. The simplest you can make it.
That is not that much harder than a freshwater tank. In fact, I consider them the same. Because there are super easy saltwater fish and then there's super delicate saltwater fish.
Right.
So just stick with the super easy ones and you'll be fine.
I was telling Mary, all I want is clownfish. That's it. Nothing else. Just clownfish. I mean, I would probably get other fish, like probably what are they? The damselfish?
Yeah. Do me a favor, just stay away. Don't. That's
another easy
fish. Are everybody's first saltwater fish, but then they realize that it's not really that hard to maintain a saltwater tank, so now they want other fish. Except they have pure Satan in their tank already. So you have to get rid of the damselfish before you can have anything else.
Okay.
And I think I'm not naming it right. It was a fish that looks like the damsel. It was just a very small bluish green fish. And it looks very similar to another one.
Trying to remember.
I don't remember what name she told me.
The blue chromis?
Yeah, maybe it was that. But she was saying it was calm and peaceful. So I mean, I would whatever fish I choose would be peaceful. That's my number one requirement.
Yeah, even Father Fish agrees. Never put damsels in saltwater tanks.
Right.
They are pure Satan. They really are.
Okay. Well, again, so I'm really questioning, do I want to even go forward with saltwater? Because I was telling Mary, it's either going to be an angelfish tank, which I like the angels. I do like clownfish, especially a little more. But, it didn't help when Alex interviewed, was it Shanna the other night? And she's going, well, I did a cleaning on my saltwater tank. She cleaned all the algae, which is normal when we're, I'll wipe down the front glass. Sometimes I'll do the side. Today I did like all sides, which you're not supposed to do, but I did all sides except for maybe 2.
Yeah.
I think I did 3 out of 4, but she said, I think she did that. And I can't quote her. I wasn't there. I don't know exactly what she did, but she says she cleaned the algae, wiped down the glass, did a 50% water change, and she ended up with dead fish. So she killed her saltwater fish. And I'm going, great. And she had live rock in there. That's encouraging.
Yeah.
Maybe she's not the person to learn from.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe we've made it to 10 o'clock here. I was just looking. I got
we started late.
Yeah, we got started a little late.
We had a slow start. A late start and a slow start. Sorry, guys.
But it's going good now.
If you're watching the replay, just like fast forward 20 minutes.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, if people are doing well in the hobby, in the saltwater hobby, and if they're doing coral.
You want to know the easiest
they're showcasing
saltwater
their coral aquariums.
Have you seen my tessellata eel?
No.
Oh my gosh, beautiful.
Do you have a saltwater tank?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes,
okay,
he's got a beautiful eel. Oh my God.
Share your tank.
He is gorgeous.
No, it's upstairs. I'm down in the basement. The saltwater tank's upstairs.
In the fish room, yeah. In the fish basement.
Yeah. I'm in the dungeon. The eel
in the dungeon. Oh, it's so beautiful, Kass.
Super
come in here unless you want to say hi.
Easy fish to keep. So just get yourself an eel. And then you don't have to worry about cleaning the sides of the tank because you're not going to stick your hand in there.
Right.
Well, is that something you've noticed? Like, is that something you're not supposed to do? Is clean the algae in your saltwater tank?
No, you can clean algae. Something else happened in the water change. That's what
I'm wondering. I'm wondering if her mix was off.
You hear it all the time in freshwater keeping. Something goes wrong during a water change and they wipe out a tank. It happens.
Right.
That's what I was questioning. I'm like, she probably had her mix off because I know, like, you gotta be. How hard is that to do water changes? I guess, and make sure. If you're off a little, right?
Well, the one thing the one of the differences between freshwater and saltwater is you need to pre-mix your water. Well, unless you live on the coast where you can just go get ocean
water. Just pick it up yourself.
Right. But if you're using a salt mix, you need to run an RO unit. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's highly recommended to run an RO unit. So you start from 0, okay? When you have pure RO water, then all the numbers on your salt mix will be true. If you don't use an RO unit, you might have water that's high in phosphates or high in something. So it's going to throw the numbers off on your salt mix. But that's not the end of the world. For a fish-only tank, you can generally get away with it. The only difference is you need to pre-mix your salt first and let that run for a day or, at least 12 hours. You put a mixing pump into whatever you're holding the water in. Let that mix up for at least 12 hours. You can't just mix up a bunch of salt mix and dump it into your tank right away.
No, yeah. I heard that much. And that's what I was talking about with the the pet store, they were going because they were asking me about my water parameters, and I was like telling them, I'm like, I'm on well water. My water hardness is around, I don't know, anywhere between 10 and 15 parts per million. It's low, but my KH is really high, so it's a little bit unusual. But
Yeah.
he goes, "Are you planning on keeping corals?" I'm like, no, I'm not. He goes, "Okay, you could probably get away with not having RO water then." I'm like, okay, good, because if I had to do RO water, I probably wouldn't do this.
Nah, you can get away without doing it. I know Father Fish is saying never, but I've seen some saltwater hobbyists that don't even own an RO unit, and they do just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was saying like you can't keep corals with that. They're more sensitive than the fish are. And that was good. That was definitely a factor. I'm like, whether I do it or not. I'm like, I'm probably not going to bring saltwater home from the pet store. It's 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
I have an RO system, but it will take forever to fill up. So I'm probably not going to use my water unless it's just the tap water, the well water.
Yeah. I'm like you. I've just got well water here. So whatever I can do with this.
Before everybody says, well, you just can't keep coral, there are some coral out there that are super, super easy to keep, super hard to kill. The only thing is they're frowned upon by, the what we call the reefers. They frown upon them because they tend to take over the tank and they become nuisances. So basically, there are corals out there that are like the duckweed of corals,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them look really neat.
Yeah.
And I'll give you an example: pulsating xenia. It's a super easy, soft coral to keep. It looks fantastic. It's got a bunch of little hands that are just constantly pulsating and pulling stuff out of the water,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll actually clean your tank. They'll absorb nitrates and they'll make your saltwater tank cleaner.
Okay.
Another one is green star polyps. Green star polyps look amazing. They really do. They look fantastic. But they tend to take over. They spread quickly, and if you're one of those reef keepers that I just spent $300 on 2 zoa polyps, and your green star polyps are overtaking that $300 little tiny coral you just bought, you get pissed off. So nobody talks about these easy corals to keep, but you can keep coral in a reasonably simple setup with just a hang on the back filter, and you see it all the time, and just don't be afraid to get your feet wet and try it and experiment. Saltwater is not as hard. Saltwater is not as hard as people want to make it out to be.
I was interested in algae more so than the corals, like growing the algae because they look like plants.
I just read an article that just popped up into my feed, and it was how to make a saltwater tank look like a freshwater planted tank. And they were talking about using the macroalgae and stuff, and it was a neat read.
I don't know how easy that is, though. I mean,
it's not that difficult at all.
Because some people are. This one guy I follow on Instagram, he has a small saltwater tank set up with macroalgae, and it looks amazing. And I'm going, yeah, if I could get my tank to look like that, that would be awesome. But,
and if it's a low flow tank, that's a perfect seahorse tank.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about seahorses, but
yeah, they can be they can be kind of tricky.
Mm-hmm.
For the people that have figured them out, they're super easy, but it's a learning curve because it goes against most of what we do in the saltwater hobby. On the saltwater side, we tend to overfiltrate like crazy. We have super high flow aquariums, and a seahorse is not. That's not a seahorse environment.
Yeah, sounds like the betta fish of this saltwater world.
Right. A seahorse is like, I want still water. I want stuff I can attach to. I want really slow moving live food that I can eat.
So have you tried seahorses then?
No, I never have. I've thought about it. Father Fish, I'm sure will remember back in the day before the internet, we had Tropical Fish Hobbyist magazine. And in the back, there'd be like 5 or 6 pages of classified ads, you'd call them, I guess, about people advertising what they sell. And there was always three to 6 seahorse breeders out there that were selling their seahorses. And I always thought about, man, I should order some, but I never did.
That's one thing my mom wants. She's always wanted seahorses. So I was like, well, I guess I could try to get a seahorse if you're wanting to see them. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm really leaning more towards just doing freshwater at this point. Because I've just been dragging my heels so
just
much.
Just don't be afraid of it. Don't get ridiculous. Because I do it in my head sometimes. I build something up more than what it actually is, and I'll get defeated before I even try it. And 9 times out of 10, I wind up regretting it later, because when I do finally pull the trigger, it's like, oh, that's it. I built this up in my mind to be so intimidating, and then after you do it, you're like, wow, this is easy.
Yeah. Well, you hear about the salt creep, and needing to have a lid.
Well, that is true, man.
And what temperature do they need to be at? Because I know what temperature freshwater is for the most part.
If you've got hard fresh water, that whole thing where every drop of water that dries on something, you got to wipe it off, because there'll be a calcium deposit. Now just multiply that by 50.
Yeah,
every drop of salt water, when the water evaporates, leaves the salt. So you got to wipe the salt off. And that, in a nutshell, is salt creep.
Well, if you have a lid, is it that bad? Father Fish say no bubbles and salt. No.
Yeah, because bubbles pop and they leave little droplets of water everywhere. I have to be back. I'm being summoned upstairs.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for sharing. All right. Mary, get back up here so we can say our goodbyes. So, I don't know. I'm still on the fence, and I don't know. I think I will just go ahead and set it up freshwater. That's kind of been where I've been leaning lately. I might still do saltwater in the future. I was kind of thinking like 2 freshwater aquariums right next to each other. Just a continuation of plants would look nice. And then like if I had a tube to connect them, the fish could go in and out, back and forth. That would be kind of cool. Hi, Father Fish. How are you? Welcome. Thanks for coming up. Oh, we can't hear you. I don't see you're muted, but I can't hear you. Go this way. Still can't hear you. Still can't. Kevin says he needs to do Caridina. You made a mistake of doing Neos? I don't know. I'm trying out the cherry shrimp for the first time, so that'll be my first time actually getting to do shrimp besides ghost shrimp. So I don't know a whole lot about shrimp in that department. Hi, Fatherfish.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
Oh, good. Okay. I'll tell you what you can do.
Yes.
Get a 10-inch net. Go out in the bay and swish around in the salt flats. There are pygmy seahorses out there where you are, and a lot of them are orange or green. They're really pretty. They're very easy to keep in your saltwater. We've got a couple of guys on our Discord channel who have been doing it now. They live by the sea in California, but it also works here locally, and you're right by the water. You can get to it easy. You can catch them and put them in your salt tank. Bring in water, bring in some mud or dirt, bring in some plates. You can get everything there, not spend a penny, and have a really, really cool tank. So,
Well, that would be interesting. What size tank minimum?
10
Okay.
minimum.
You know, I'm getting like a little confused because like this guy behind me is a 5, and when I went to the pet store, they're selling 5 gallons that are like 3/4 that size. Like they stop here. I'm going, how's that a 5-gallon? Mine looks bigger than that. It's making my tank look like a 10-gallon. So when you're talking like 5 and 10 gallons, they look like the same size.
Yeah, they're
Unless they're just labeling them wrong.
not a lot of difference. Well, the difference in height. You can set it up in a 5. Go ahead and do it in a 5. You want to get about 2 to 3 inches of wild sand from the water, not from the beach. Get it out of the water so it's going to have microfauna in it. And then you should be able to find some of the macroalgae there that you were talking about. They've been growing all summer long, and they're available now. You'll be able to find them on the bay side. And then little shrimp. Do not put crabs in. No crabs. They will kill and eat everything. But hermit crabs are fine. The little spider crabs are okay. Any kind of shrimp. Don't put fish in unless they're little gobies. The gobies are fine. Most of the other fish are going to be too aggressive. But you ought to be able to find seahorses. Take the boys with you. They'll have a great time. Just get a couple of nets and push through the grass flats. You'll be amazed what you find.
Are you talking like, because our river is brackish. We don't have the bay over here. That's your side. We have the rough, choppy ocean on this side.
You've got you've got barrier reefs on the inside of the barrier reef. Amounts to a bay area. You can, excuse me. You can collect there. Brackish is okay too.
The Shed Aquarium in Chicago for about 2 years did a seahorse display, and they did all the different like variations of seahorses, and they got those ones that mimic different types of algae and stuff. Man, are those things fascinating.
The Australians, aren't they magnificent?
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, they're big too.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the aquariums did that. They would still have them. Tampa did it, Baltimore did it, Boston.
It
San
actually
Diego.
may be the same display. They just kept moving it around.
Right. They are wonderful, though. You're right. Just magnificent. But you can do that, Cassie. That's easy to do. And you'll be amazed how easy it is to keep that stuff alive.
What I didn't know is Cassie, you're in Florida,
Yes.
and so you have like free access to like ocean water.
Yeah, she lives.
It's about a good 30-minute, 40-minute drive though, because I'm still like, they don't give me direct access to the beach here because I'm over by Cape Canaveral, and it's highly protected land,
Oh, I got you.
parkland. So it's still a bit of a commute and a trek to get to the beach from where I am.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
her,
it's easier
her
just to
husband,
make your own.
her husband is a major scientist at Canaveral. She can get access.
Oh no, not really. I never even go over by where he works.
I need water for my fish, damn it. You know who my
Really?
husband is? Let me in.
No, they probably wouldn't.
Oh,
Meanwhile, you got an M16 pointed at you.
No, we can get through. The closest beach is called Playa Linda, and it's in Titusville.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the beach. You want bay water. You want water on the inside of the barrier.
There is a canal very close to the ocean. So it's still about the same amount of distance driving though. And that's where you can go and you can see manatees, and it's a lot more calm. But I haven't been there. I know of it.
If you want to get to a grass flat, find out where the grass flats are. That's what you're looking for.
It's just sounding too hard. That's too much work for me. That's why I haven't done that.
Oh, no.
No, the brackish water would be a lot easier to do.
I can tell right now Cassie and I are the two opposite sides of the spectrum as far as fish keeping goes. Cassie does her research and goes, "Yeah, that's just too much work. I'm not willing to put forth that effort." Me, on the other hand,
very easy. I don't need any more work in my life. It has to be easy.
Oh, I completely understand. I get it. But I'm the complete opposite. I go in with the attitude, I'm like, yeah, how hard can it be?
Really?
And then I find out how hard it actually is. And then I'm like, yeah, never mind. This is too much.
Now, that's not how I got into the hobby. I got into the hobby because my kids were like, we want a goldfish. So I brought a goldfish home, and I did the exact opposite of what you should do. When you're bringing
90% of that brings up. Can I ask a question of Father Fish?
Sure.
Well, it's Cassie's stream. I got to ask her.
Of course, yeah. You're welcome to ask Father Fish.
What are you guys' opinions on gateway fish, like that carnival goldfish? Because that carnival goldfish started my interest in this hobby, and it turned into a full-blown thing.
You and an awful lot of other people. That's true.
But there's so many people that badmouth the I get it, but
99% of them die in the first 48 hours.
Do we get rid of the gateway fish? Do we get rid of that beta in a cup? Do we get rid of the carnival goldfish?
I don't think you can.
Yeah,
I just find it an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Because I can see both sides of it.
Sure.
But that carnival goldfish can spawn a hobby that's going to last a lifetime.
Oh, and it does. It does over and over again.
Well,
I think
you're looking at the tank right next to me. That's the tank that had the goldfish. So that's the thing that started it all.
Yeah. I remember that.
So yes, it's a gateway fish, but it brings people into the hobby. So
yeah, and bettas are another one. That's true. It's the goldfish and bettas.
Now then it's up to you to do like I did it the wrong way. I totally did it the wrong way. I brought the goldfish home, put it in a large bowl. One died. And then I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. I can't do daily water changes. That's too much work.
So now
I went back to the store and they were like, get a 20 gallon. So So I brought home the 20 gallon. I definitely did it backwards. But then then I was like, I'm not doing that again. I'm going to research as much as I can to learn how to care for because now it's my pet. Now I don't want it to die. So now I'm like, what can I do to keep it living and thriving?
You know how much money has been spent on keeping carnival feeder goldfish alive?
Really?
Right.
Really?
But mine wasn't a carnival. Mine was a fancy show of goldfish, and it was beautiful.
They built an entire industry around a fish you can win with a ping pong ball.
Right.
Amazing.
Exactly. The ping pong ball.
Right.
And like I
Which
said,
now,
I thought,
if I go back to the store, I had to talk to a girl and be like, give her advice because they wanted to. At least my fish store will tell them, they'll try to tell you the right way to care for the fish. And I had to tell her, like, don't keep that in anything smaller than a 20 gallon. If you can't do that, you probably shouldn't get the goldfish. Choose another fish.
Yeah, but then you got to go, it's
Other
too
fish.
late. It's too late. My son threw a ping pong ball. So
Right.
Well, this is at the pet store where I was having this conversation with someone who was looking at trying to get a goldfish. And I was like, I was very politely, not trying to be pushy, but trying to ask her questions and then give her advice based off of my experience. I was like, I don't think you want a goldfish.
yeah. I
They don't
remember
know
wanting
that.
to win
They're so small. When you go to the pet store, they're itty
just
bitty
little itty bitty. Yes.
fish. You don't know they're gonna get huge. So
We don't know back then. Like I thought
just
that a
like those
betta fish.
angelfish. You don't know how big those angelfish are gonna get.
Right. Welcome back. I finally made it back, guys. It's my
Yes, I'm
living in a
happy.
metal box.
All right,
Terry,
you can't leave
I've never had
anymore,
a chance
Mary.
to talk with you, Terry. I've really enjoyed meeting you tonight.
Oh, love Terry.
Same here, Father. I saw your comment earlier about wanting me to come up on your stream. It's just I'm working a ton of crazy hours right now, and I don't know when that's why I haven't been streaming a whole lot on my own channel. It's just been a little crazy around here lately.
Well, whenever you catch us, feel free to come up. Be happy to talk to you.
Yeah,
I met you. I remember the first Father Fish stream I saw. That's when Mary, Casey, and Joey were all on there. And I was like, who is this old fart? He's got 3 good-looking women, and they're all talking fish tanks. I was like, who is this guy?
Well, it started, I think, with me, and then Mary came in when I was sick with COVID.
She was sick with COVID, and I came in on his birthday. I came in on Father Fish's birthday just to come hang out, and he talked me into coming back. And I was honored to. I mean, I was absolutely honored to. But it was more fun because Cassie and I became very good friends. And Cassie and I talk every day, guys. I mean, we talk every day. Unless something's happening and I've got something going on and I don't get to talk to her. But we would be, right. We always got something going on. But Cassie and I have been very good friends the whole time. And I just love her so much. And it was always an honor to be up on the screen with her and Father Fish. Absolutely.
You know how when you're watching a YouTube video, they give you suggested videos on the right-hand side. And one of them came up. It was Father Fish live now. Father Fish.
Right.
So I clicked on it. I was like, who is this guy? And honest to God, all 3 of you were up there, and then you see Father Fish going with his beard talking about dirted substrates and stuff. And I was like, wait a minute.
Hey, he changed the whole aquarium hobby for me. Like, I used to have the, what do you call it? The fruity pebble gravel and the plastic plants. And I had a fish room before, but it was like, that was what it was. And until I learned how to put some dirt in the tank, cap it with some sand, plant some plants, all of a sudden I could keep just about any fish I wanted to keep because the aquarium was balanced and it was happy and the plants were growing. And when I learned that I could grow some plants, oh, it was on. I'm just tickled to death. So I love it. I just love it. So I thank him for that because that's where I learned it from. I learned father fish first, and then I learned like the wall stat method and all that stuff. But it was him that like introduced it to me. So I think it's really cool. And look at Cassie's tank up there. We both kind of learned it at the same time, and we came into it at the same time as far as the dirty tanks went. So
yeah, we probably had ours set up right around the same time.
Yeah, we started off with the jars. We started off with doing the jars.
Well,
I do have a comment. I have a comment about the fruity pebble gravel. I purchased when I was a kid. Money was tight, and I'm talking when I was a kid. We had metal frame, slate bottom.
Oh yeah, I love those tanks. I had like 4 or 5 of the 20-gallon longs like that.
The colored gravel was a thing back
then.
It really was. So I purchased this used tank, but I always hated the colored gravel. Hated it. But this tank had the multicolored. It had like 4 or 5 different colors all in it. And so I could have swore I cleaned that tank before I reset it up, and I set it up with just natural river rock color stuff. But I swear to God, for 3 years, random glow-in-the-dark freaking pieces of gravel would just appear, and they would appear in tanks that I didn't even. It was a totally different tank, and there'd be a pink piece of gravel in it.
Yeah.
That's
It's
Where the
cancer.
hell did this come from?
Yeah, it's a bacteria, actually. It's a giant
There
bacteria.
you go.
It just goes everywhere.
I just wanted my aquariums to look like what I saw at the fish stores. You know what I mean? Like I had a fish room, but I worked at a fish store when I was a groomer for the veterinarians I worked for. And of course, when I was grooming for this fish store, they would trade out with me anything I wanted as far as aquarium supplies. So I had this big fish room back in the day before I even knew what a fish room was. And it was like you said, the fruity pebble, crazy. I mean, I didn't know how to keep planted tanks. I didn't know what it took. I didn't know about deep substrate. I didn't know about that kind of stuff. And now that I do, it's just, oh my gosh, it's just changed everything. It really has. And I thank you guys for learning it. This really is.
Here, Fishy's talking about it too. She was on board then as well.
Right.
Back to the beginning. Yeah. And she's up with me now on Friday nights. We're just having a good time.
Shelby's doing a great job.
Yes.
Oh my God.
This kitty is trying to nurse me. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
See it?
He's getting your mic, that's for sure. He's on your mic.
I might be
He is on my mic. Quit, kitty.
Kevin, I'm not in California.
Hey,
I'm
Alan.
in Florida.
Well,
There's
if we're
my
up late,
bestest-
Alan, you're up late too.
That is my bestest of all bestest friends in the world, Alan. Whether you like it or not, you're my bestest friend. Alan Tooth. I love him more than anything in this world. He brightens my day every day, sharing what he's doing at his house. He's got shrimp and aquariums. He is just awesome. And you know him, Father Fish. Alan is a wonderful person.
He used to come into my shop every Friday and volunteer.
He is awesome.
I always put him on the toughest projects. He always did the hardest projects.
Oh my gosh, he is so smart, you guys. He's got so much cool stuff going on.
I just have to say
Excuse
this:
me.
that cat's got good taste.
That cat is driving me crazy, Terry.
Funny
Bad
stuff.
cat. Bad cat.
Funny stuff.
Quit. See, he won't stop.
They always bug her when she's streaming. Mine bug me like 5:30 in the morning and decide to make noise and wake me up.
Oh my gosh.
Please don't wake me up.
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. It
Every
doesn't
morning.
matter. This cat thinks I'm its mommy, and it's never had a mommy before. This one is one I've raised since it was a day old. Its mommy had it and ran off. So,
Here, Fishy, I want a t-shirt. Mary's Bad Little Cats.
right. Sounds good.
Well known. If
Shelby.
you've watched us enough, Mary will have dogs at her feet and cats bugging her.
There's something always going on. And I get so embarrassed because like Cassie had me come up on a live stream and something always goes on and I get like shut down or kicked off or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, God, people think that I'm just a nut. I mean, but I love you guys and I appreciate you hanging in with me.
Mary's just the center of, like, you're like the nucleus of your household.
Oh,
And
that's a
everyone wants a piece of you.
I don't see why. But thank you. Thank you, because I want a piece of all of you guys. So that's great with me.
I
See, look
swear
at
I
it, watch
fight for
it.
your attention. I'm like, who is she talking to? Why isn't she not calling me back? I want to know.
Oh my gosh. I love Cassie so much. I love Father Fish. I love Terry. I love Kevin. I love Shelby. I love Alan. I love all you guys. You guys are like my heart. So
Stop
thank
taking
you.
up all
I'm
of
just
Mary's time, please. She's mine. Okay?
there's always something going on. And then I get kicked off the streams and I'm thinking to myself, I shouldn't even go back up there because I'm just embarrassed. Like, oh my gosh,
Now
thank you guys for having me.
embarrassing was at the beginning when I was trying to go live, and then I lost you. I was like, oh, great.
You're doing great, Cassie. The
Everything
stream
that
has
you
been
go
a
wrong.
lot of fun. We've
Yes,
had a lot of fun.
Absolutely
When,
has.
That's
when,
what we
when
do.
when I get kicked off of streams, it's not because of my internet.
Right, Terry?
I can't even
Hey.
imagine, Terry.
Terry, I don't even care. I love you. I don't care what nobody says or what happens. I love you. Just hang in there, buddy.
But Mary loves everyone, so there's no
Yeah,
discernment.
yeah.
there.
So she sets the bar
I
pretty
do.
low.
Yeah, really. Like that.
Bar pretty low. Nuh-uh. You guys are my peeps. And Kevin, oh my God, I love you, Kevin. Kevin is one of my sweethearts. He is just one of my friends, and I love you guys so much. And when the Triple Crown comes, which we've been talking about in Louisville in July of 2022, there's going to be a Triple Crown, which is the American Cichlid Association, Gary Lang, what is it, Rainbow Fish, and what's the other one? American Live Bearers. That's going to be coming to Kentucky in July of next year. Kevin and I are going. We've already got the hotel room. We're going to hang out, and I hope I get to meet a lot of you folks there. So I'm really excited. But my next thing is Aquashella. I want to go to Aquashella, especially in Florida, so I can meet Father Fish. I've got to do that. February, right.
Who was I talking to? Aquarium
And
Co-op.
Roxanne, I love you.
Aquarium Co-op said it's in February. So it's coming up pretty quick.
Do you know what day in February? Is it
No,
beginning?
and
or
I'm
the
not
end
sure
of the
it
month?
is. I mean, when was it? It was summer last year. So if it is, they set it way up. I don't know. I haven't gotten a date yet. But yeah, Aquarium Co-op said it was in February. I just caught it the other day. We'll see. Whenever it is, I'll be
I'm
there.
just wondering because my son's birthday is on the 12th. So
All right.
Oh, you're going to be close too. That's
actually the 10th.
yeah.
He was
You're,
born in
Oh, that's here
2012.
fishy. Shelby
And
says that's it,
on
her
the
birthday
10th.
too. February is my birthday, Shelby says. Okay, Shelby.
Mom wants to
And
go to the
Roxanne,
beach.
I've got to meet Roxanne like really soon. I just need to hug her neck and kiss
know
her
it.
cheeks. I love her
I
so much.
I know it.
You hear
Same
that,
thing with
Roxy?
Cassie.
You
I want to hug
referenced me
Cassie's
before
neck
me.
and I want to hug.
You hear that? You wonder where this jealousy comes from.
No, I just think that's where that cat gets it from.
But
Right.
wait a second.
Cassie,
I'm not
you
hearing
know
Mary's
how much I
voice
love
from
you, Cassie. I love you, Cassie, so much. Oh, Levi's is asking you, Father Fish, how many tanks do you have right now?
14. I have 14. tanks.
14.
That's it. 14.
Are you
All
in your
right,
fish
that's
store
it.
right now?
I've
You're-
cut way back. Oh, yeah, I'm
like
sitting
you're
in
at
my
the
fish
store.
room. My fish room is. I haven't got a camera. I've been trying to get this portable camera working, and I can't get it working. So the other one is on the computer. I can show you a little bit. No, I really can't.
Father Fish has become pretty high tech.
I don't
He
know.
always has been high tech, Mary.
I know. See this cat? Here it goes again.
I'm on
Kitty
the very
cat,
low
quit.
end of high tech.
Y'all call me. I
feel,
got kicked off the stream. I couldn't even get back up.
I kind of feel like if you have over 10 tanks, stop counting.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. That's right.
You know, 'cause people
Absolutely.
ask me all the time. They're like, "Well, how many tanks do you have?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
I'm up to
Yes,
8 if
Roxanne.
you count my jar and my bowls. I'm up to 8.
I love the jars. Cassie and I have always been big fans of the jars. We really have. And I just love them. We're always finding, like, even other channels that do, like, the big bowls and the jars, we're sharing them with each other. I just love the jars and the bowls. I really do.
I'm
I think they're
learning,
beautiful.
and I told Mary, I was like, I'm doing
This
probably
cat, I'm
not
sorry.
like the best
Yeah.
production that can be done, but I'm doing what I think also is like aesthetically pleasing to the eye for being in the home.
Right.
So like I choose certain lights based off of the aesthetics over plant growth.
Right.
So,
Oh, Roxanne's saying
may
that
not get the best plant growth.
her and Peplin have 48 to 52 tanks, and they have an incredible fish house. Put it that way.
Oh, absolutely.
I love it, Roxanne.
The only problem is there's a whole crap ton of snails in there too.
Right. I love my snails. I've got some
I do
wacky
too,
snails.
but I
Foxy's
suck
right
them
now
up
going,
with
I'm
every
going to
water
kill
change.
him.
My
Roxanne,
poor little
here's a
snails.
Here's a question for all of you on the panel and Roxanne. I had a question asked to me in a video today that if somebody has some assassin snails, is there snails that can be like safely kept with assassin snails? Now, I found an article on Google that said bigger snails, as far as mystery snails, nearite snails, apple snails, can be kept with assassin snails because they're bigger than the assassin snails. Does any of y'all have anything to say about that? Is
I
that
think
true?
I think it's true. If you have an assassin snail, it's gonna more aptly go for the smaller, like
The smaller
pond
snails?
and stuff like
Okay. That's the way I answered the question in my video. So I just wanted to make sure because I would hate to tell somebody something wrong and then,
However, However, I would refer to the snail expert.
Right.
Foxy.
Foxy's fishes, that's right.
And
The
she
snail
says
expert.
that they can drill through all snail shells.
That's
Right.
what I was thinking. I mean, I don't know if I would risk it, put it that way.
Right. They
But
probably
I've heard-
could, But
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like a predator thing. They're probably going to go after what's their size and smaller first.
Yeah. That's what the aquatic arts
Until they run out of food.
the
Yeah,
aquatic
but if you
arts
got a small,
thing I
if you got
read.
a small assassin snail and it jumps on board a mystery snail,
Right.
it can drill. It can still drill through.
It can drill through because they're ruthless. I mean, they're savage. They really are.
Don't keep them is my suggestion. Why would you want them? Just don't keep them.
Because some people hate snails.
But
Right.
I love them.
I'm not
the
going to say
person-
who, but some people hate snails.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think we should all just learn to accept snails.
I love my snails.
Some
I
of
love
us
them.
have no
Pond.
choice but to accept snails.
Honestly, they
Ponds,
die off.
ram
if you don't
thorns,
feed them.
pests. They're all good. Assassin snails
All
are not
my
safe
snails
with
have
any snail.
Practically died off. Any snails that came on plants have died. The only thing that's left are the trumpet snails, and they get sucked out with every water change.
Oh my gosh. The first time I ever saw a video of an assassin snail like doing what they do, I was like, oh Lord, this is like a horror movie. It's terrible. I'm not laughing because I'm thinking it's funny. I'm laughing because I laugh when I'm uncomfortable. And I was like, oh shoot, this is awful. These guys, yeah, they're savage. That's all there is to it. But I did Google it, and it said there was an aquatics art Google page or whatever that said if you pick snails that were bigger, like assassins or what am I saying? Apple snails, narrate snails, or mystery snails, as long as they were bigger than the assassin snails, it was possible that they could be together. But I just don't know if I'd risk it at all. Because I love my mystery snails. Roxanne sent me these guys. They're in here. And I love those snails as much as my fish. They are just the coolest things ever.
I'm tired of my narrates, my olive narrates.
I have a
oh,
question.
no. Don't be tired of your narrates. What is it, Terry?
Like certain narrates. I'm just tired of the olive ones.
I have an honest to God snail question.
Okay, let's hear it.
Since I heard Mary Paige mention it. It is my understanding that apple snails and mystery snails are the same thing.
I have heard that.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I think we're wrong, maybe.
I think it's wrong.
They're close related.
Very big.
Let's see what happens.
Mystery snails won't get as big as apple snails, so they're not the same.
Don't apple snails eat plants more than the mystery snails?
Yes,
maybe. I may be wrong.
Plants, they will eat all of your plants. So you don't want an apple snail in a planted aquarium.
Right. That's what I've heard. And I think even Father Fish has discussed that when he was talking about apple
because
snails
I think
before.
your fishy got an apple snail, and then she regretted it. I think she didn't know that they ate plants, and she found out after getting one that they ate plants. Now, she's in the chat, so she can correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay. So now, see, Foxy's talking my language. I think she's bringing up
Roxanne's got it.
Actual scientific names.
Yes. Right. They're two different types of snails. Exactly.
Yeah. Did Foxy
I love my
start at the
ramshorns.
same time as us, Mary, or has she had aquariums longer than us?
She was a little bit ahead of us, I believe. Roxanne was before we came on to Father Fish, but
just a little, right?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, she's been in an aquarium just like, for a long time, but I'm talking about as far as getting on the YouTube and sharing with us. I think it was before us on Father Fish. If I'm wrong, Roxanne, please straighten me out because I love you.
I just mean with aquariums, not with her being on YouTube.
Yeah.
But how long has she had aquariums? I thought she kind of started having aquariums maybe a little bit before us, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's been a lot longer.
She's been keeping aquariums for a while. And Alan Tooth, I love my ramshorn snails too. Until my betta ate one the other day. Did y'all see my short of my beta, I have the tiger
Yes.
music to it.
Well, you know I did because I already talked to you about it.
When
He was
your
a
beta,
stink.
your beta was eating a ram's horn?
Oh
He
my
did.
gosh, Terry, go to my channel and look at my short with my
That
Pinky Beta snags a
that-
snail.
good beta. Good beta. If
Beta.
Oh
ever
my
such
gosh.
a thing as a beta bone, I'd be throwing them.
You know the music where it goes dun 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 dun,
Yeah.
and then right when it changes, he like snatches a snail, and I was like, "What?"
No way. Nice.
So you know, Mary, you probably can't keep shrimp with your beta fish.
Right. Oh, he's a stinker. I love him though. His name is Kevin, named after Kevin's Aquatics and Canines. Kevin
Why?
sent me him from
Because he
Aquashella,
eats
Dallas.
snails?
He does eat snails. He's a bad beta. No, he's a good.
No, I was talking about Kevin.
Oh, Kevin might eat snails. I don't know. Do you eat escargots, Kevin? No, Kevin's sweet. He wouldn't do that.
Your fishy says it's not her, so it must have been someone else who used to come on to father fish. I thought it was your fishy, so it was somebody
Okay.
who had the apple snail, and I'm going, oh God, why did you get an apple snail?
Now, I
She soon
remember Father
regretted
Fish
it.
talking about, because you can find them in Florida, right? The apple snails? Is that
I have
correct?
never seen one in a fish store, if that's what you mean. I've never
Okay.
seen one. No.
But I remember Father Fish talking about them eating plants. Like,
Yes.
you know, they weren't the same as mystery snails.
Well, I knew that, and I think Aquarium Co-op would talk about that. So
Okay.
I probably learned about more snails from him
Kevin
when I started.
Kevin says, I do not like small pond snails. Kevin, I love you.
I think
Oh,
they're kind of pretty. They can be kind of interesting. Some of them
yeah.
can be real nice looking, but they're so small you barely even notice they're there. And if they're going to help clean your plants, then I'm all for it.
Right. I got to take a little bathroom break, so hold on just a minute. I'm going to click out for just a second. How long have
Oh,
we
Mary,
been
don't
going?
make
Almost
us wait
2.
for the
We've been
bathroom
going almost 2 hours, although I wasn't here the whole 2 hours. I
Mary's
was
gonna go play with her kitty cat. Just say it.
no,
break. Yeah,
no, Terry.
I was like, Mary, I'm ready to go. Don't go for the bathroom break. If you want to,
Just
we can
we've
sign
got.
off.
Well, we might as well go 9 more minutes. It's
Trying to make it to
10:51.
11.
Right, we might as well make it to 11. So I'll be right back.
I think at this point we've run over Aquafunk.
We-
And she's gone. She may not come back.
I'm fairly certain Aquafunk will forgive you.
Okay. She was worried about that. She doesn't like to.
How many
stream when
people
other
did you
are
have in
streaming.
here?
What's that?
Were you even watching? How many people did you have in here?
I have not been watching. It just says 9 are watching now. Honestly, it could be from the paused chat, so I don't know.
I thought it was a pretty fun stream, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not aware of how many people we've had in, so I don't know if numbers have gone up or if they've gone down. But we've gone long. We've ran long, and
You brought in Foxy.
She was here from the beginning, so she's been
It
here the
shows
whole
you how
time.
much I pay attention.
Thank you
to
guys
chat.
for staying with us so long. I hope you've enjoyed it.
I'm really, really bad about keeping up with chat.
It's hard when you're up here and doing it and talking. It's hard to keep up.
I just wind up on tangents, and then I start looking at fish tanks, and I just
There's a lot of distractions going on.
I totally forget. Oh yeah, people are typing stuff in. I'm like,
I think all my fish have gone to sleep, though. They probably are like, turn this light off, please. They're not even swimming around anymore. Oh, there's one. Here he comes. Like,
those
they're hiding.
are
Where'd
some
they
very predominant eyebrows, Foxy. I will admit.
go?
But when you're in chat, I can't see them. So
Right. Yep. Foxy, you're always, it's late now, but you were welcome to come up too. Yeah, we've got
Foxy
two.
and I like Foxy or Roxanne and Peplin both. I love them to death, but when it comes to Snails, I don't know why Roxanne actually talks to me. Because I am like, Snails are pure evil. Get rid of them all.
Well, I think she's. Oh, yeah, she's a mystery snail lover, though. So you don't even like the mystery snails? They're
I
very
actually
pretty.
purchased a couple mystery snails, and they laid eggs on. I got lazy with a tank, so the water level dropped a little bit, and the next thing I know, there's this like big mass of goo, above the water line in my tank, and I'm like, what the crap is this? And then I find out it's like, oh, it's mystery snail eggs, and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch.
I've probably wiped that glass clean. So if I had eggs and I probably didn't know it, I just wiped it up if I had goo. But I think you have to have two. And I think I've always had only one at a time. Now I've got two. So I could have babies. Who knows? If I have babies, that would be really nice. I wouldn't mind having some babies.
What, you got a 33% chance, right?
Yeah, and my tank does get low because it doesn't have a lid. So it'll go down like an inch or two an inch every day. So like 2 inches maybe every third day. Because I have
The
a cat
tank,
who gets up there and drinks out of it. So.
that Discus tank doesn't have lids because I broke them during the move, and I keep this tank a lot. That's one of the few tanks in my fish room that has heaters, and that tank is set at like 86 degrees
Because of the discus.
Well, yeah,
They don't think the angels need that temperature,
yeah.
do they?
What's that?
Did angelfish require a warmer
Well, Discus
temperature?
don't even require a tank that hot, but I think it helps avoid health issues if you keep them warm. But anyways, it's actually more so for the rams. Rams don't like to be cold.
I know I don't. So
yeah, same here.
I would definitely want the warmer temperature.
The doggone water level on that tank, I swear to God, I can top it off in the morning and I'll get home from like a 10-hour day at work.
Yeah.
It's like, God dang, man, I just tapped. I
Right.
swore I
That's how
topped
I
off
feel.
that tank.
That's how I feel. I'm like, I just added like a gallon yesterday, and I'll have to add a gallon every day. If I don't keep up with it, then I'm doing 3 gallons every in the next 2 to 3 days. But yeah, Levi is asking, how long have I been in the hobby? I think Foxy said, that's why I thought we were kind of in the hobby around the same time. She says 5 years, and I'm thinking it's now been about 5 years for me as well.
Wow, really?
Well, as far as her starting to keep her own aquariums, I think she said she had them when she was a kid, which I've never had any. I tried land hermit crabs, and that didn't go so well. So I've always wanted pets. I wanted fish, but my dad would have allowed it, but my mom was like, no.
Oh, I went through all of that.
We're not doing
that. Oh, my
that.
God. I did the carnival goldfish thing in 1974. And I've been keeping fish in various glass containers ever since. And it did create a little bit of tension. Dad was like, why is he keeping water in his, bedroom? He's going to flood the freaking house, whatever. And my mom was like, just let him be,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're kind of like, we do not want aquariums in bedrooms where there's carpet. But like I said, I did this backwards, and we got the aquarium before we had a stand. So it went into the bedroom with the window seat. So yeah, we wouldn't have done that if we had planned for it.
Is that 40 years for Peplin? He's been
Yeah,
keeping
he's
fish?
seen over 40.
I
Mary,
don't know.
come on, you gotta join us so we
I-
can sign off and say goodbye to everybody. Come on, Mary, get back
All
up
right.
here.
Well, I'm going to get out of here. It was nice talking with you. I thought this stream was pretty fun.
Well, thanks, Terry. I enjoyed it, and that's what we're here for, just to have fun, share stories, get information, and, you know, learn from those of us who are in the hobby longer than us. You know, we're learning, and we also
Don't
want to
listen
teach
to
you
any
guys
advice
too.
I give, because I guarantee you it's probably half of it's bullshit.
Yeah, you kind of learn to just kind of go with your experience, but that's why experienced advice I think is better than anything you'll read. So,
All right. I'll
We'll
talk to
see.
you guys all later. I'll catch you on the next one. I got to get some sleep.
Okay.
I
Me
have
too,
to
Terry.
go
I
to
gotta
work.
go too. I'm just hoping Mary will come back and we can sign off and say goodbye. If
Oh,
not,
she'll
Mary,
come
let me
back.
know. Let me know, Mary. If you want me to just say goodbye right now, I can. All right. Well, bye, Terry. Thanks for joining. Mary, I sent you the link. Do you need it one more time? I told you not to leave. So, anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. Thanks for coming in. And we'll see. We'll give Mary like one more minute. If I'm not looking at you guys, it's because I'm looking at the chat. So, sorry. Want to see what you guys are saying. Well, good job, Levi. I'm glad you're up to 70 subscribers. So that's awesome. Mary, she's not coming. I think we'll sign off and we'll just say goodnight. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the stream and hopefully we can do this soon. I'll get with Mary to find out when's the best time we can do it. So until then, have a good holiday and hopefully we can come on again in December. That'll be up to our schedules and up to Mary, but we'll try. So thank you guys and have a good night. Bye.